Good afternoon, all of you. So today I am starting a session on Money Yatra, a beginner's guide to investment world. I am sure all are audible. I am audible to all of you. So today's session was organized by AIWMI, that is Association of International Wealth Management of India. This is a body which is working in the areas of financial education and financial literacy. So they have chosen this week from 17th of May to 23rd of May to provide insight in various aspects of financial inclusion. And the member partner is Ex-Qualifier. This is a body which will be looking after the professional education related to, not only related to financial education, but also related to credit, operations, alternative investments, mutual funds, banking, etc. Now, why I have chosen this topic? Money Yatra, a beginner's guide to investment world. As we all know that the individuals are not attentive or they are not sincere enough to cater to the money management aspect. They took this subject very lightly. Individuals think that money can be managed or can be earned very easily, but what will be the professional way to make your money grow? So that is why I say Money Yatra. It's a long journey in the investment world. Now let's begin this Money Yatra. Now, before we are going into the aspect of money, let us understand the denomination of money. That is the currencies of the world. We in India earn in rupee. So each and every country have different denomination. Means the medium through which we can exchange the money or we can calculate the money. For example, in India we have rupee, while in some American or in European country the denomination is dollar. Japan, it is yen. There are 180 official currencies across the world. So currencies are dominated medium of exchange across the world. So if you want to exchange in dollar, then you have to pay in dollar. For example, you are in any US country, or so you have to pay dollar. You are in European country, you have to pay the money payment in euro. Suppose if someone is there in India, then they have to pay it in rupee. Now, this is the most dominant medium of exchange. The complete list of currency we can be found on the internet. But these are some of the sample which I have taken for you all to understand. Like the denomination is same, but the size, the nature, the amount, the design, these all things are changed for each and every country denomination. Even the symbol, maybe some are using the national leader, some are using the national bird, some are using the national emblem in front, back, etc., in different denominations, just to make their citizens represent that yes, this is the currency of our own country. Now, after understanding the currency, that is the medium or the mode of money. Now, let us understand what is income and what is our expense. Now, income, it is most important. All of us need money. Yes, we all need money so that we can live comfortably. You want to purchase anything, you want to avail any service, money is required. So, money, and again, as we discussed earlier, denomination or the currency is required for money. We can get money either by working or having money from our investments. So, there are two types of money. One is either we can work for money or we have money through our investment. When we get money from working, we are working for money. Very good. Now, as the line says, very important line, when we get money from working, we are working for money. So, you are working for money. When we get money from investments, money is working for us. Now, in this second case, money is working for you. Why? Because you have invested or purchased any security, you have given some time, and now that money will give you certain value. While in the initial part, while in the initial part of our life, we will have to work for money. Yes, for our initial part of life, we will have to work for money. We will, but sooner or later, we will have to make money work for us after our retirement, or we are get attaining the age of retirement. It is important to understand classification of income. Now, income can be classified into two types: active income and passive income. There are two types of income. Now, what is active income? When we earn money by working hard, it is active income. It means that your income or your money is, you are active to achieve your that particular income or money. You are active. Now, salary income, if we don't work, then we may not get salary, bonus. Again, active income means you are actively involved in achieving your task and you get some return in form of money or salary. Now, passive income, when we are not active, when we earn money without working, it is called passive. Some of the passive example are interest earned from fixed deposit. That is not an active income. You have some savings surplus, you keep that invested, you go to work or not, that passive income will be multiplying. We don't have to do any work to earn interest from fixed deposit. Dividend from mutual funds or equity shares. And again, pension after retirement. These are all example of passive income. Now, let us see this chart. To live comfortably, we must have good active to passive income ratio. For an average salaried professional, an ideal scenario of passive and active income could be age 20 to 25, 100% active income. Now you see this chart. As you grow older, your passive income increases and active income decreases. And as you are younger, your passive income is decreased and your active income is increased. 20 to 25, 100% active income, zero passive income. 25 to 35, 95 and 5. 30, 35, 90 and 10. 8, 35 and 40, 80 and 20. 40, 40 and 45, 75 and 25. Like this goes. Starting 100% active income, zero passive income. After 60, zero active income and 100% passive income. Now you have to make this into consideration that whenever you are active, you have to achieve more and more income, work more and more, so that your active income will be increased, and this will help you in getting more passive income after your retirement. Now it is expected that one may be able to work after 60 year of age, and hence after 60 year the expenses will have to be met by passive income only. You got injured, any medical emergency, it is being borne by passive income, not by active income. So your retiree funds, your savings will be there to help you in case of your active, in case of your passive income. So as we can see, the proportion of active income reduces as we grow older, and proportion of passive income increases as we grow older. Till the time a family can manage sufficient passive income, there is always a threat of families suffering from want of money. So you have to have a good amount of passive income in order to get your life run smoothly after your retirement. Threat we can have from, now the threat we can have from certain condition where our income or our money will be reduced or affected. These are job loss due to poor economic condition, like we have in this current COVID-19 pandemic. Job loss due to poor economic condition, loss of life of the breadwinner from accident or calamities. Now who will be bearing the loss for this? Loss of job in all the possibilities will be temporarily situation, and sooner or later economic will be bounced back, and one can hope to have the job back soon. Till the time family can depend on the saving, but for this you have to have your certain amount of savings. But for the loss of life of the important person in the family is permanent, he will not be coming back and cannot be changed. In such a situation, the remaining earning of an important person is lost. For example, an ex person is working in a particular organization and he is no more, then the family will not be getting that regular income which that person is earning. So to protect this, one must have insurance. As in my yesterday's session, we discuss a lot about insurance. We should have insurance as a protection vehicle just to protect and keep continuing your life going smoothly. As a rule of thumb, how much insurance you should have? 8 times present annual income of the key family member who is no more can be considered for sum assured through insurance. So he is earning 50,000, 8 times 50,000 per month, 12 into 50 is 6 lakh. 6 lakh into 8 will be how much? 48 lakhs. So you should ideally have a cover of 48 to 50 lakh. It is important here to understand that insurance is neither an investment nor a tax saving tool, but it is a tool to protect future earning of the family. Most important. Expenses now. And now after income, we must consider different expenses. Like we have different types of income, we also have different types of expenses. Some expenses can be eliminated or reduced. Some expenses cannot be eliminated. So some expenses we have to do it at anyhow. For example, expenses that are incurred on our food cannot be eliminated. You can't eat food someday. No, you have to eat it. Whereas expenses on going to movies can be eliminated or reduces. Yes, reduced. Going to movies, malls, shopping, that can be reduced. Those expenses which are mandatory can be spent are known as non-discretionary expenses, which cannot be completely stopped. And those that are not mandatory or may be completely eliminated are also known as discretionary. Means those which can be stopped are discretionary, which you can stop for for a while. Now here is a chart of couple of expenses as discretionary and non-discretionary. You can write on a chat box that what are discretionary expenses and what are non-discretionary expenses. Let's see who will be answering it correctly. School fee. School fee, is it discretionary or non-discretionary? School fee. Write on a chat box. School fee. Is it discretionary or non-discretionary? School fee is non-discretionary. School uniform, non-discretionary. Vacation to Darjeeling, discretionary. Can be stopped. IIT JEE preparation, non-discretionary. 35,000 smartphone, completely discretionary. You can stop for a while. 8,000 smartphone, discretionary. You can stop it. Monthly grocery, non-discretionary. Pizza, discretionary. You can stop pizza for a 1 year, 6 months, 3 months, etc. Library membership fee, again, it is non-discretionary. You can't stop. Rupees 400 worth new storybook from bookstore, you can avoid it because it is a storybook for your leisure. It is a discretionary. Car, discretionary. You can stop for a while purchasing. Insurance cover for life, non-discretionary. You have to have insurance cover. Cover for motorbike, yes, you have to. Tax expenses on income, no, you have to pay the tax. It is non-discretionary, compulsory. You have to pay. Electricity bill, non-discretionary, you can't avoid. Expenses incurred on mineral water bottle, you cannot avoid. You can have to drink water. Fee for hobby activities, fee for hobby activity can be avoided. So it is a discretionary. Assets and liabilities. Now after income, currencies, denomination of money, income and expense, now we come to the part as assets and liabilities. Now what are assets and liabilities? We live to earn and spend. Then how are assets and liability created? How are they created? Every year we earn and spend. What happens if earning is greater than spending? If earning are greater than spending, then we invest the surplus money in either fixed deposit or mutual fund or shares or gold or home. When we invest like this, we create asset. You purchase a house, that is an asset. You invested in a fixed deposit, that is an asset. Again, there is a difference between both the asset. One is a fixed asset, another one is a financial asset. You have to invested in mutual fund, financial asset. You have to invested in FD, financial asset. You have invested in shares, financial asset. You have taken gold ETF, financial asset. You have taken shares of a company, financial asset. You have taken a house, fixed asset. Remember the thing, that is a fixed asset. So you are creating asset. Your earning is more. You are earning 50,000. Your expenses are just 20,000. Remaining 30,000 is your saving. These 30,000 you are investing in your FD. That is a financial asset. What does assets do for us? What does asset do? Asset multiply your earning. Asset increase your earnings. Asset increase your income. Asset get us more income. Fixed deposit will give us interest and increases our income. Yes, you have invested a fixed deposit of 30,000. After a year, you get 35,000. So 5,000 is your income. Your asset increased in value. So in the next year, we have more income and we will have more surplus next year. So for example, 35,000, again you invested 35,000 as FD, which previously you have invested as 30,000. Now 35,000 as 5,000 appreciation you have invested in your FD, and we invest more in asset. This positive spiral can go forever and asset will keep on increasing in value terms. What happens if earning is less than spending? So if spending is more than earning, so for example, if you are earning 30,000 and your expenses are 35,000, 5,000 is your deficit now, then there is a shortfall. Then you have to borrow 5,000. That is a liability. You may borrow from your friends, relatives, banks, financial institution, etc. What do liabilities do to us? What do the liability do to us? Liability increase our expenses. Yes, they increase our expenses further because we have to pay interest on the amount we borrowed. We will have more expenses next year and our deficit will further increase, lending to more borrowing. Again, 5,000 your expense, 30,000 your income, 5,000 you borrow from somewhere, 5,000 you borrow, you have to pay 2,000 as interest, so 7,000 you are paying it. So from which amount you are paying this 7,000? From your income, 30,000 minus your again 7,000. So you end up getting saving of just 23,000 in this case. This negative spiral can go on forever and one day we might become bankrupt. हम दिवालिया हो सकते हैं एक दिन. When our interest expenses alone become more than our earning. Many companies got bankrupt. वो बंद हो चुकी हैं इसी कारण से कि उनके जो borrowing है, loan है वो बहुत ज्यादा हो गए थे. तो आपको एक चीज ध्यान रखनी है कि आपको अपने लोन, अपने डेट, अपने बर्डन, डेट बर्डन को, बोरोइंग को नहीं बढ़ाना है, खास तौर पे आज के सिनेरियो में, कोविड-19 के संदर्भ में. Sometime we can have both asset and liability. Then in this case, assets minus liability is equal to net worth. जब आपकी assets आपकी liability से ज्यादा होती हैं तो वही आपकी net worth कहलाती है. Every year our net worth must increase. So we must say that our assets keep on increasing every year, whether it is fixed asset, financial asset or our financial asset or our fixed asset. So we should keep on increasing our fixed asset, our real estate, etc. Simultaneously, current situation is there, so you should always keep on investing on your financial asset. You keep investing in the instrument which will give you more and more returns over a longer duration of time. If it is not increasing, then we may soon fall into a debt trap. Yes, if you have purchased a land and that land is values keeps on decreasing, then it is of no value of investing such a heavy amount. Now what impact it will have? Now see through the pictorial representation what impact it will have. Assets generate more income next year. Again, more surplus next year. Again, more assets next year. So the surplus will be increasing. So you have assets, it got increased, and your value of the asset keep on increasing. Now in the case of liability, more interest expenses, more interest expenses, more burden, more interest expenses, more burden. More burden will be more liability. More liability here means that you are in a debt trap situation. You have to pay more, your earning is very less. Never in your life you should pray to God that never in your life there should be a situation when your borrowings are more and your income or your earnings are less. Specifically after the COVID-19 situation. Now let us summarize it. Assets and liability created when income is, when are the assets created? When income is greater than expenses, your assets are definitely being created, whether it is fixed, whether it is financial. Liability, when is liability is created? When your income is less than expenses. जब आपके खर्चे ज्यादा होंगे, आमदनी कम होगी, तो हमेशा liability आएगी. जब आपके assets तब बनेंगे जब आपकी आमदनी ज्यादा होगी और आपके खर्चे कम होंगे. प्रोवाइड एडिशनल इनकम, और एडिशनल इनकम आपकी कब होगी? प्रोवाइड एडिशनल इनकम और रिड्यूसेस एक्सपेंसेस. आपके खर्चे कम होंगे, इनकम बढ़ेगी कब? होम बॉट विद ओन मनी कैन रिड्यूस आवर रेंटल एक्सपेंसेस. तो ये रेंटल एक्सपेंसेस तो कम करेंगे ही करेंगे, साथ में हमारे एसेट्स को भी बढ़ाएंगे. अच्छा, लायबिलिटी कब इंक्रीज होगी? बिकॉज व्हेन वी हैव टू पे इंटरेस्ट. लायबिलिटी जब इंक्रीज होगी जब हमें इंटरेस्ट पे करना होगा किसी भी बोरोइंग पर, तो हमारी लायबिलिटी इंक्रीज होगी. अब इसमें से हम we have to define, classify what are fixed assets or liabilities. You can write your answer in the chat box. What are the different assets and liability? Now what is fixed asset? Fixed asset is a fixed deposit is a asset. Mutual fund is a asset. These both are the financial assets. Home without loan. Home without loan is again an asset, that is a fixed asset. Car without loan is again a fixed asset. Gold coin. Gold coin is a financial asset. Credit card loan. Credit card loan is a liability. Degree from IIT. Degree from IIT is an asset. That is an educational asset. That is an not a financial, not a fixed asset. But if you get a job after the IIT, a very good job, then you can say that my educational asset will be converted to my financial asset. Now, investment return. Now, what is investment return? Previously, we learned that we earn more than what we spend. We invest to create assets. When we invest, one of the factor we consider is investment return. Why you are investing it? You get something more. Na? You invest 2 rupees, you want in the assumption that I should get 2.5, 2.1, 2.2, 3, 4, etc. Now the formula for investment return is A is equal to P1 plus R power N. So here R is the, our equation is called the investment return. R is the investment return. While studying in school, this equation becomes simple. But now as we grow older, this most important equation become difficult to apply in real life. Real life, each and everyone knows, but no one apply. Why? Because either they don't know, they are having excuses that we don't have time, etc., etc. But this is the reality, that the more the income you have, the more the longer you live happily, healthy, and more wealthy. So again, a simple answer to this question is, for example, how can you calculate return on fixed deposit which double in 9 year? आप कैसे अपना रिटर्न निकालोगे फिक्स डिपॉजिट का जो कि 9 साल में डबल हो रहा है? तो अगर आप फॉर्मूले के हिसाब से जाओगे तो आपका आएगा 2000 बराबर 1 + r ⁻9. सो इसका सिंपल तरीका है, आर कैसे कैलकुलेट करेंगे? सिंपल रूल इज द रूल ऑफ 72. रूल ऑफ 72. In your family, make each and every person know, whether it is a kid, whether it is a retired person, grandfather से लेकर एक स्मॉल किड को बताएं रूल ऑफ 72 की इंपॉर्टेंस, एंड लेट देम आल्सो कैलकुलेट एंड गिव यू द इनसाइट. इफ द इन्वेस्टमेंट डबल इन 9 n number of years, then see, it is 72 divided by n. So a fixed deposit with double in 9 year will give you a return of 8%. Just simple. You go to a bank, you need not have to calculate it and ask the cashier or the person sitting in the desk that how to calculate the return. You priorly should be knowing it. Yes, why I'm making an FD? Because I need this much percent return. That's it. Be proactive, be smart. 72 divided by 9 is just 72. Now you can calculate what is the return on investment if the investment double in 6 years. Now how you calculate it in 6 years? Now 6 9 is 72, so 9%. If the investment is giving 10% return, now it's 7.2 years. If the investment is doubling every 6 years at an investment of 1 lakh, what will become in next 24 years? So money grow by rule of 72. You know the definition of money, how it grows. Money आगे कैसे बढ़ेगा, सिर्फ रूल 72 को समझना है. Suppose, again an interesting example, suppose if NSE were giving 12% return before 2000, NSE was giving 12% return. Now the return are reduced. What will happen to your money? What is the rate? You are getting 72 divided by 12. That is 6 years. Now the money will double after every 6 years. Now calculate. 2014 you started 1 lakh. 6 years 2 lakh. Again 6 years is 4 lakh. 2032 8 lakh. And 2038 it's 16 lakh. You have to calculate your own on your own. It is your hard-earned money. You should know the calculation part. Now this is the doubling part. Now the tripling part. You have become richer by twice in short period of time. Every 3% improvement in return, double wealth by twice in 25-year period. Now we don't need very high return to become rich. We need reasonable return and stay invested for long term. If the money is tripling, then we can apply rule 114. If you want to know that my money got multiplied 3 times. For example, your 1 lakh become 3 lakh in 19 years. What is the return at which it become 1 lakh become 3 lakh? So it is 6%. 6% ब्याज पे आपका 1 लाख रुपीज 19 साल बाद 3 लाख रुपए हुआ. कितने ब्याज पर? 6% ब्याज पर. आपको ये आसानी से पता लग जाएगा. सो अगर आपको ट्रिपल पता करना है तो 114 डिवाइडेड बाय द नंबर ऑफ इयर्स, और आपको अगर डबल पता करना है तो 72 डिवाइडेड बाय द टोटल नंबर ऑफ ईयर योर अमाउंट विल बी इन्वेस्टेड. Inflation is most important thing in current scenario. Now what is inflation? Not only inflation has our money grown but also our expenses. हमारे खर्चे भी बढ़ते हैं. हमारी आमदनी उस हिसाब से नहीं बढ़ती जिस हिसाब से उसको बढ़ना चाहिए. The percentage is grows. Your increment, your bonus will not be increase that percentage as the inflation. महंगाई दर बढ़ती है. Every year our expenses are also increasing. Can you find the following information from grandfather or some elderly person at home? 1 लीटर मिल्क आज से पहले कितने का था? 1990 में मेरे हिसाब से 14-15 रुपए का था, जो आज 50-60 रुपए है. और 2014 में ये था 38-40 रुपीज. 1 पेंसिल आज की तारीख में क्या? एक मूवी टिकट, 1 किलो फ्लोर, monthly travel expenses, monthly school expenses, regular monthly expenses. So accordingly you have to invest very wisely to make your kid go for a very updated life. Now, can you apply rule 72 or rule 114 or 144 to find out how much our expenses are growing every year? In general, you will find that every costing rupees 100 in 1990 must have grown at least 5 times. 5 गुना बढ़ गई है. 1990 में जो चीज x की थी वो अब 5x हो चुकी है. Every government of India also publish an index called consume cost inflation index. Every year government publishes this index which let us know the prices of essential commodity which are there in the basket. So you also all can also see the price of the different essential commodity present in that inflation index basket, which let us know how prices of essential commodity we buy daily increases from year on year. You can take the help from the internet in finding out this. Now again, period of this and cost inflation index. So from 1980-81 there is X cost 1990, 91, 2000 and 2010 and 11. So for example, based on the information we get the answer as 1 liter of milk cost 2014 is 32. As I mentioned earlier, somewhere around 35 or 38. What would have been the cost of milk in 1980? 1980-81? You can imagine. If the cost of 1 kg of rice is 1990-91 is 5, and the current price you can imagine of the rice is what will be the current cost. Now tax, most important after inflation is the tax aspect. There are two major expenses which everyone would like to escape but we can't. These are taxes and insurance. Two things are most important but we all are escaping from both of these. Anyone who is above 18 years and is planning to earn money must apply for PAN card. PAN card is most important. PAN card can be applied online very easily. Now it is very easily applied. Once PAN card is issued, we must file the return every year before 31st of July. Remember one thing, filing of return is not you are paying the income tax. Filing of return is a very honest thing, means you are making the government know that these are my incomes, these are my expenses. That's it. It is not necessary that you are filing a return, you should pay tax. Maybe you are not coming in the bracket of tax liability. PAN card become more necessary toward all investment because government want to know your legitimate source of income. That's it. And also tax, don't be hesitant in talking to tax consultant or filing a tax return. That is most important for all of you. Again, insurance is vital part. Insurance is for protection. आप घर के नई गाड़ी लेते हैं क्यों इंश्योरेंस कराते हैं, नया घर लेते हैं आप क्यों उसका इंश्योरेंस कराते हैं, आप कोई भी नई फ्रिज वॉशिंग मशीन लेते हैं, अभी मोबाइल लेंगे आप एप्पल का, आप क्यों इनका इंश्योरेंस कराते हैं, दैट इज फॉर प्रोटेक्शन. तो आप अपने लिए क्यों प्रोटेक्शन नहीं लेते. In India, the penetration of both tax and insurance is very less as compared to other European and Western countries. Because of this, that we don't uh, know the importance of the tax aspect. Now, PAN card. How to read a PAN card? The first three letters of your PAN card are the sequence. Again, the first three are just a sequence A to Z Z Z. In your letter, if it is written, the fourth alphabet can be C in case of a company, P in case of individual, and H in case of Hindu undivided family. So, if you are individual, P should be there in each and every PAN card. The alphabet 5 is the first letter of the surname of the individual. First letter is the alphabet 5 of your surname. Or if you are holding a company, then it is the name of the company. Last alphabet is the alphabetic checklist. Last alphabet is the alphabetic checklist. Now fixed deposit and other income instrument. Now we can invest in two way. One, we can invest by way of giving loan to someone, or other way is by taking part in someone business. So someone business is I am taking share of ITC. That is I am taking part in the business of ITC. My friend want 2000 rupees. I am giving loan to my friend. Okay. So if I am taking part in an individual business, that is I am want some share in their profit or loss. Investment by way of giving loan. So we can give loan to friends and relative, companies and government. So for example, we are investing in IPO, FPO, etc. That is we are giving loan to the company. They are the borrower. Friends, we are again giving loan. Government coming up with a Nagar Nigam of some city coming up with a bond, that is they want money from us. But if my friends do not need money and not willing to take loan from me, I don't know of any company who want to borrow. Many times it become difficult for us to find someone to we can give money and get some interest from them. This is where banks come in and help us. Banks give us heavy borrowings. Now what do you think the top biggest borrower in the country, top 50 companies, government of India or state government? Government also want loan. Not only the individual companies want, government also want loan. Individuals, yes, government of India is the biggest borrower in the country. Government of India is the biggest borrower, and we individuals do not lend directly to the government. We lend the to the government with through the medium of bank and mutual fund. When we give money to government through bank, it is called fixed deposit. When we give through mutual fund, it is called fixed maturity plan or debt or liquid funds. Fixed deposit and investment through mutual fund are same in tax treatment. If we give loan to government or through companies through mutual fund, they have lesser tax compared to fixed deposit. They have lesser tax compared to fixed deposit, but we provide it for a year. Now I'll open the floor to all of you. If you have any questions, any query, you can ask. If you have any query, any question, you can ask. If you have any query, any doubt, you can ask. Hello. So it is most important to wisely take into consideration your income, try to reduce the expenses, try to increase your income, try to increase your active income, which will later on help you in terms of your passive income. Money management skills are very important in terms of knowing your income, knowing your expenses, knowing your investments, knowing your tax aspect, knowing the different avenues of investment, knowing what is inflation. Each and everything will be making you wealthy over a longer period of time, because you increase your saving by investing or by making your money kept in a legitimate financial as well as the fixed asset. Thank you very much, all of you, joining my session. Keep healthy. Wish you good luck.